What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy 16 here. So, anyway, in the last episode, unfortunately, a lot of the bearers were killed and stuff. The priest was killed. Martha seems alright. We're about to get back and see how she's doing. Before I continue, though, I do want to say that actually this game, I wanted to check my progress to see how I was. I am 10 hours in. So a campaign that is 30 hours long. I've still got 20 hours left to play of this campaign. I made 40 thumbnails thinking it would be around 40 videos. I've actually had to add an additional 30 thumbnails. I've now got 70 thumbnails ready to go, and this game will be the representing game now. It was going to be the second playthrough of this year, but it's actually going to take over. It's going to switch around with Spider-Man 2 for the moment anyway. It really depends how long that game is, but I don't think it'll be as long as this game. This game will officially be, I'm telling you now, it will be the longest game in terms of parts on my channel. Obviously, if I know there's the likes of Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Elden Ring, which would have been around 80 videos if I'd continued doing 20-minute episodes. But I'm going to be doing between 20 and 30 minutes. Anyway, I thought I will continue talking whilst I make my way back. So, yeah, this is a long game, very long game. I did not expect it to be nowhere near as long. Obviously, as well, those games I played on Xbox and I had access to live streaming. I don't actually have access to live streaming on PlayStation, so recording is literally the only thing I can do. And I don't really want to do like long videos, like lots of them. So, because it's just inconsiderate. So I'm going to continue doing the around 20 to 30-minute episodes for this game. It's been a very, very good game, and the thing is, as well, though, it's actually only half the length of the Assassin's Creed Valhalla campaign, which was actually 60 hours. Funny enough, that one was 60. This one is only well, it's half that with 30. Yeah, obviously that was only a 46 part series. But yeah, there's also 20 hours worth of cutscenes, by the way, I've seen, which is crazy.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Nice. Okay. Heading back to the old hideout. Yeah, though, I just didn't realise how long this game actually is. It is a very, very long game, but that's fine. Could do with a long game. Even though we've had quite a few long ones.
Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember
Yep.
how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's Head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals. Four mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
So all of these crystals, then I'm assuming all of them, which are all part of. Obviously, we destroyed the Drake's Head one, so they're all they're causing the blight, then, right? They're the ones who caused all of this. So why the fuck the blight will kill everybody, right? Why would you?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
So yeah, if you destroy all these crystals, I'm assuming you stop the blight from consuming everything.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
When I finish this game, I need to look at how the lore of this game to get a clear understanding.
Justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, the Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the air. What with their 100 feet.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
Well, what do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission, but if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Interesting.
This pass will take us to the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Good. Yeah, it's crazy to think how long this game actually is.
Ever since the repository, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
Where do you think it's waiting on? The Mother
So
Crystal.
there are many other crystals. There are 4 other crystals. Five. We've got back here. There's the Fang Tail and Fang Tail Breath. The other one. Yeah, as I said, there's the tail, the breath, there's some black.
More of my mother's blood.
blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel.
Yes.
Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
That's great.
Say that again. I'll show you a true
Bitch.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Let's go get this over here.
I needed that. Find something, boy. Death.
Found her.
They're all branded.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
You know, I'll end this episode here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.